Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is awesome. A new podcast from Karen Hunter.
So, as I mentioned, Steve Bannon is trying to drag black people in. Black people do not fall for this. This is a freaking trap. He needs us, apparently. All right, I'm gonna see if you can see where he's trying it.
Okay.
All right, play that clip, Smith. Play the clip on affirmative.
Why should an American citizen, his family's been here 5 or 6 generations, that can go to college, get a degree, and is smart enough, why should they have to compete against the world on the territory inside the United States? It's not fair. Until Silicon Valley, until these places have, 20% African American and 20% Hispanic, I'd like to put an exit visa on every college graduate, foreign student that graduated from college here, in 30 days to leave and go back home and help make their nation great again. And we shouldn't take any foreign students in community colleges. That should be for American citizens, particularly for African Americans and Hispanics. They're never going to get up the economic chain unless we do this. You're not going to get folks into high value added post-industrial jobs based around artificial intelligence or coding or anything like that until we make the engineering schools and computer science schools available to them. And right now we don't. This is the reason. It's not about intelligence. It's about access to opportunity. This is why Silicon Valley has virtually no African Americans and no Hispanics. It's de minimis. They have to compete against the whole world for those jobs. And this is one of the reasons you're seeing the seething anger is that people aren't getting good jobs. And one of the reasons they're not getting good jobs, they have to compete against the whole world here in the United States. It's simply not fair.
So he's advocating for affirmative action. I'm trying to understand. Didn't you just let that go? Like it overturned? Y'all were behind that, and now you're looking to, and you want black people and Hispanic people to be mad at the tech bros because they're taking our jobs. Didn't you just do that with the white people? And it worked. So I'm saying this, and they turned around and gave them the finger afterwards, right?
Right.
The same setup. This ain't got nothing to do with
work.
us.
This ain't gonna work. Or in their parlance, that dog won't hunt for black people. And the reason it's not gonna work for us is because we're not like these. We're in mass. Black people are unlike the type of people that feel like you can assimilate into whiteness and gain whiteness. Like, I'm not saying there's no black people that don't operate like that. There's a faction, but we don't talk to them at Thanksgiving. They bring the pumpkin pie. We just let them slide on out. But in general, sorry, pumpkin pie eaters. I know that slander was uncalled for. I'm sorry. Don't write in. But but in general though, we don't. That's not something we believe we could aspire to anyway. But we watched it work not just with white people. We watched it work with Asians just recently. Like, this whole thing about let's get affirmative action out of the college system for how we determine who gets entry into these private schools and all that stuff. Supreme Court case, Asian face on it, right? Like, it's because really Asians have the best scores. It should just all be Asians. And then you look at the enrollment numbers coming around after the first, the first trial balloon. We get this first year where you ain't got to look at race no more. Asian numbers went down. Huh? Who could have seen that coming? You mean every black person that was the whole time being like, y'all might want to not do this because once you say it's merit-based to white people, whiteness is part of merit. And nobody else's race is part of merit. So while you're sitting up there thinking it's about to make it even, they just going to be looking at a bunch of scores of SATs and GPAs. They not. Tanner looks a lot like my nephew. And I think he'd be a good man to bring into Princeton. I think he'll fit in just fine here. And I think that's what gets lost here. But I don't think black people will fall for that. So I don't know what Steve Bannon is doing. Do we even listen to his show?
I think you're wrong, though. I feel like even though I'm not entertaining that, black people cost this election for Kamala Harris, but there were a lot of people talking during this election cycle about MAGA, even, and even if you look at the inauguration, there's like this whole black faction of people. Like, he did get more black votes this time than last time.
Well,
which
I would count those people. First, I don't think that they're a significant enough portion to represent blackness. Like, they are still the vast minority of us. Even if, like, percentage wise, it still was the same percentage, even if you said more people. Which is interesting, because now that you're making me think about it, mathematically, doesn't that mean more black people voted Democrat too? If it's
Correct.
just sheer
Yes.
numbers.
Yes.
Anyway,
yes. There you go with that brain. There you go.
But because percentages stay the same. But my point is, like, that argument will not go into the broader pool of, like, and now black people support Republicans, and now we believe that affirmative action will work only for us and no one else. And I don't think we're stupid enough. It's not that we wouldn't want to believe. I don't think black people are we're not morally superior. I just think we know. It's like Charlie Brown in the football. We know enough to be like, we tried doing this already, and y'all stab us in the back at every turn. So I don't think it'll work. But mostly I'm just minding my business. I do like to see them fight. That's been my entertainment. So them versus Elon Musk is great to me. The more they fight, I think the better for all of us anyway, is that they expend some resources on each other before they eventually, target us as they do.
Well, I will be spending very little time in 2025 engaging this content around what they're doing, other than to point out this is what's happening. Right. And we're going to not engage publicly. We're going to mind our business. Don't fall for the traps. This is a trap. He's trying to get us excited about these brown people who are taking these visas from you and me. Right. And then we get involved. No, you need numbers. We're not going to be your numbers. Right. We got our own agenda.
In their minds, the part that's understated, they never say, but they're always saying through other means, in their minds, all these jobs are white people jobs. 100% of them. If they close their eyes, when they picture an office full of people, they picture a 100% office full of white people. And that's why anytime they see a black person, a brown person in any position of authority, which they have obviously earned through school, through work, through all this other stuff, their resume, what's the first thing they say on social media? Oh, I didn't know the mayor was a DEI hire. First of all, I'm the mayor, dummy. I got elected. Right. Secondly, what about me is DEI, other than the fact that you saw a brown person? Y'all are saying DEI with the hard R. I'm not joining in on that chorus. So if what they want me to do now as a black person is also see brown people in these positions and go, the brown person is not supposed to be there, not the white people. Right? Not Elon Musk, who I don't even know if he knows a line of code. You know what I mean? Not him. He obviously deserves to be there. But the brown person that does stay overnight and works there and has that visa and was an engineer from the country they came from, and they can't go back. They can't stay here unless Elon wills it. I'm supposed to look at that person and go, now he don't deserve to be here. Not for working for good old Elon Musk, not working for Steve Bannon. I don't believe that.